You, man, we're gonna be reacting today to a trackhawk. Now I seen trackhawks on GTA, but I never seen how a trackhawk gets down in real life. But we're gonna check out this commercial break right quick, and then we are gonna be reacting to this trackhawk police chase. You, yo, for whatever reason you stumble across my content, right? For whatever reason you experience any type of turbulence while you own this ship, right? If you don't like how the captain is steering the ship, right, which is Sir Early, you can nicely walk the plank. Honestly, you can walk the plank. I'm not providing you with no type of safety rafts or any type of, you get what I'm saying? You can exit my ship by walking the plank. That's all I can tell you. Whenever you come across my content, if you're not rocking with it, if you experience any type of turbulence, if you are not rocking with how I'm steering my ship, kindly walk the plank. Aye aye aye, Captain.
On Atkinson?
Sure.
5274 traffic.
Go ahead.
2452 on Atkinson. Stop's going to be a black Jeep Cherokee. One occupant. Reason for the stop is going to be excessive speed, no plate, and defective tail light. 7-3's with this.
You see how this turned out, guys. I knew it.
740's taking off.
740 is going to be southbound on Titonia. 74, we're trying to catch up. Still southbound on Titonia. You can show us in pursuit. He's got about 2 blocks on us right now. He just went through red at Capitol. Speeds are about 70 miles an hour. Conditions clear. Traffic is
Total crash.
He just crashed. 2 blocks south. Capitol.
All right, guys. So welcome back. Thank you for hanging out, spending a few moments here with me. If you're new, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Now, these kinds of videos are extremely rare. You never see anybody running in a trackhawk, $100,000 Jeep, basically. I've been kind of keeping my eyes peeled for that supercharged Hellcat Ram, the TRX. I really only came across one video. And that was really the beginning and ending of it. I like loading up these kinds of videos. I find them very exciting, fun. And in the second video, it does feature a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I don't believe it's a Trackhawk. I don't believe it's a 392 SRT. It most likely is some kind of a 5.7 trim level, whether that's a Summit or a high altitude of some sort. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, that first video is kind of insane. That Trackhawk takes off. It has the most deadly combination of performance, traction. It's got that all-wheel drive, 700 plus horsepower. Cats run into issues. Trackhawk somehow crashed, or could clearly see that it really featured the 2025 Charger. Staining.
White Jeep, Echo X-ray 62552. MacArthur what? EBT on that. white Jeep, Echo X-ray 62552.
MacArthur what?
EBT on the drive.
What is that in the back of a paint job?
The what thing? What did you say it was? What's up? Come on.
Yeah, they got that. Oh, that is not no track dog, that white sheep. Come on. I just think so. It might have been. You all tell me. That motherfucker gone, yo. At this point, y'all just driving for nothing. You driving for nothing.
Straight?
Slow down. So you can look right and left. This way, take a right, just in case. Yeah, we've lost sight of
Of course you lost. Of course.
technology. It's gonna be a white Jeep.
Y'all
Like,
then took an exit.
all over the vehicle. Imitating blood or something.
They're gonna take this shit out on somebody.
That's going to take forward the long drive country at 328.
Praying they run into him.
Report number. Get all the information we do have on it. Extra dealer tag. That was in our report. Don't face this way. Don't face. He drives back by. We'll back out.
The hell?
Well, I had a little freaking.
So you mean to tell me that y'all let so there y'all have it, guys. Evidently. So you mean to tell me that was it, yo? It can't be. It can't be. So let's check this one out. Let me see.
We begin an early edition of KCAL News Today with this breaking news. The LAPD chasing the driver of a stolen car. Yeah, you can see it is a green Infiniti. Take a look through the streets of downtown LA at this hour. We know Mike Rogers is on it, so is Des. Mike, let's go ahead and get to you. What are we hearing about this right now?
Yeah, so this was LAPD central units that initially chased this. They came out of the area. They tried to pull it over near the Westlake district, and that is when they lit it up and the driver took off. We've been off the freeway most of the time, these really high speeds as we go through downtown LA. I do want to send it up to Desmond Shaw. Des, your speedometer there saying almost 80 miles an hour here?
Unreal speeds right here through the streets of downtown, and we were going the wrong way there on Aliso, that street that parallels the 101. And look at this insane driving. They may be kind of backing off and just covering this one from the air at the moment. And the helicopters had a lot of trouble too, because of course we're in downtown LA. Wow, pedestrians all over the place. That was insanely close. There it is still pretty early in the evening. A lot of people out here driving and walking around. Obviously a very walkable part of Los Angeles. So this is an extremely dangerous pursuit. This Infiniti here that's been blacked out. So really high speeds and the lights out as well. As we are now on 8th Street, we'll see how much longer the helicopters are going to be able to keep up with this one. Really difficult one here. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, Infinity's got speed, I'm telling you, but shit, not enough speed to outrun no goddamn heli now.
And when's the last time, Desmond, you saw the ground units? Did you ever see them on the ground there?
They were briefly with them when they were on the 101. They were trying to catch up. This vehicle took off from them kind of on the west side of the 110 and then cut eastbound along 6th and 3rd Street through downtown. And the units were not with it for very long. They were just about to be on it pretty well when it got on the 101 briefly and then cut back through downtown. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe they're looking for a place to get out and run and leave the vehicle. And the way that they've been driving, frankly, I think we're kind of hoping for that. We'll try to get on the other side of this building. But as you can see, what we're dealing with here is the same thing.
One thing I always said, when you trying to get away from a helicopter, right, go inside of a parking structure. You know, like the mall parking structure, or the apartment building parking structure. Go up inside of there. That's your best bet instead of staying on the goddamn roads, yo.
That LAPD helicopters have to deal with as well when it comes to these really tall buildings. Just very difficult. So kind of letting off the gas pedal, just driving kind of normally right now, seeing if they have managed to avoid the authorities. But believe that this
is this fool stopping at red lights and shit, man, on a goddamn high speed chase, yo.
Is the vehicle right here in question was believed to be green, but I think it's actually silver.
Yeah, it looks a bit silver there. And you know what? That driver now following the rules of the road, it looks like. Because
that's what I'm saying. This motherfucker following the rules. Ain't no need for to do that shit now, buddy.
Earlier, Des, just a few moments ago, we saw them almost 80 miles per hour, almost hit a pedestrian, almost hit another vehicle there. It looks now like they're going about 20, 22, but we see a lot of these pursuits go through downtown LA, and this is not an area neither does law enforcement really like to see pursuits go, because these tall buildings really do make it difficult, right, Des?
Oh, see, you.
Oh, yeah, make it extremely difficult, for us and for law enforcement. I mean, there's just really nothing you can do, and so many pursuits, come to this area for this exact reason. Unfortunately, it's just, kind of the reality here that if people know what they're doing, it makes it very difficult for law enforcement. We still have not seen them on the ground at all. I mean, the way that this person, I think that this might be someone who's pretty experienced, because they were driving the wrong side of the road. That's something that, when they do that, the authorities tend to back off on the ground immediately. And then you're also going in downtown LA, which makes it difficult for everyone. There we go. So if there was any question that we were following the right vehicle, there's not now, because now that they saw that officer, they are getting kind of crazy there as we go by the 777 tower here, which I just did a couple of weeks ago on Look at This. So, okay, back under the 110 freeway here, back westbound on 8th Street. We'll try to catch back up with this one in a minute, but it looks like ground units are trying to re-engage.
All right, just want to reset for our viewers here. Welcome to KCAL News at 8. This is breaking
Southbound
news.
110. Alongside
Leslie Marin, I'm Susie Sun, Mike Rogers at the desk, and we have Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal with this pursuit by the
Whoa,
LA.
Oh, he crashing out.
Insane driving.
Was
This
really
is the
close.
first time that we've seen them actually make contact with the cars. Leslie was saying earlier, through the surface streets in downtown LA, this person was going super fast, up to 80 miles per hour, even for freeway speeds, very high, and just driving recklessly. And as you just saw, another example of that. And now they've certainly picked up speeds on the freeway. Yeah, and we know this started, Susie, in the Westlake District. Police, LAPD tried to stop
CHP
the
right there.
driver there.
Wow.
Take a look at those maneuvers as they're trying to get through those cars there. Mike, I want to toss things over to you. Are you hearing anything about CHP jumping on this? We saw an LAPD vehicle
westbound
beginning to trail this car, but then we're not really seeing them here in our view.
Yeah, we're listening to that. Generally, that is what they'll do. They'll want CHP to take it over since it's on the freeway. The issue is, though, is last time we got on the freeway, we were on the freeway for about 2 minutes, right? It wasn't very long. So it's hard to get CHP to take something if it's guys on and off the freeway. So we'll see if he stays on the freeway. He may not have liked that downtown area. That is dicey, even for the suspects. Yes, it's a quick way to lose the cops, but it is very dicey to try to drive through that. Those very tall buildings you see on the right-hand side of the screen here. Look at this. He goes up on the dirt and has to barely weave his way back in. Has some decent control of the car. You saw him a little bit after that, too, making some sharp moves. You'll see on the right side of your screen there, too. He's flashing the headlights now in live pictures on the left, too, almost giving drivers that warning before he gets up behind him. Now, what was interesting is when we were on, as Desmond's speedometer now showing us 114, now 100 up, between 115 and 120 miles an hour. When we were through the downtown area, the LAPD ship did lose sight of him. The helicopter lost sight of him. They were watching our broadcast and were able to redirect themselves based on our pictures here.
So you mean to tell me that somebody finally outran the goddamn helicopters, yo? You mean to tell me that the motherfucking fool outran the helicopter? What? Let me go back and hear that shit again. Hold on. What?
That warning before he gets up behind him. Now, what was interesting is when we were on, as Desmond's speedometer now showing us 114, now 100 up, between 115 and 120 miles an hour. When we were through the downtown area, the LAPD ship did lose sight of him. The helicopter lost sight of him. They were watching our broadcast and were able to redirect themselves based on our pictures here, our live pictures from SkyCal. So that's how they got back on top of it. Luckily, we're on the freeway here. Yes, he's going faster. And as I say that, it looks like Des, are we starting to get off here?
Yeah, I think these might be those collector lanes that split off from the main line, but still go through. Yeah, and here we go. So we're getting over by Arlington and Western, and now back onto the main line here, but blacked out still. Had the lights on when he was kind of trying to blend in downtown, but then he got spooked when he saw that LAPD cruiser there that pulled up on him, and all of a sudden started driving crazy again. Turning the lights off, triple digits, an extremely dangerous combination. Well, now the lights are back on. At least the headlights are on to warn people ahead.
Does it look
this
like they're
Infinity
flashing?
Sedan. Go ahead.
Are the lights flashing?
Yeah, kind of. Well, we've got. Well, it's just the brake lights every time he slams on the brakes here. It looks like the headlights are on, but the rear tail lights are not on. They're just illuminating when he hits the brakes. So, but at least we've got the headlights on, because this person is just screaming up behind them so quickly. If someone makes a wrong lane change and doesn't see this guy, it is going to end very, very badly for everyone involved. This Infinity Sedan, pretty capable vehicles. Is this for real? 140 miles an hour? Wow. That is what our speedometer is saying right now. And when you're going that fast, I mean, if you've got a brake, I mean, good luck. This is definitely.
I keep trying to tell y'all, Infinities go fast. I keep trying to tell y'all. I done driven some Infinities now. I'm telling you all, especially the Q45s. This is not a Q45.
On the higher end of the spectrum as far as performance goes, it's not exactly a sports car. It's kind of a mix of sport and luxury here, these Infinity sedans. You saw nearly lost control getting on the 110 there. Just maybe one more centimeter on the wheel, turning it the wrong direction, might have fishtailed it and completely lost it. So this driver has already gotten very lucky here with the chances that they've taken as we are just flying towards the west side here, westbound on the 10, zigging and zagging all over the place.
Yeah, and if we keep going, we'll be right into Santa Monica. So should be curious whether or not they exit at some point or maybe just get onto PCH, who knows. But they are literally flying. So not a long time until they actually get to Santa Monica. So we'll see what they're doing here. But if you're just joining us here on KCAL News Today, this is breaking news of an LAPD pursuit. We haven't seen many ground units on this chase. Shortly, for brief moments on the freeway on the 101 near downtown LA. But after that, forget it. These speeds are keeping those ground units at bay right now. So as you can imagine, the LAPD trying to keep a hold of this person and try to make sure that they don't lose this person. All we know right now is that this is a stolen car. Is there something else going on, Leslie? We don't know at this point.
We're talking about someone that is recklessly wanting to get away. They were maneuvering the streets of downtown LA, almost hit a pedestrian, another car. We saw them slow down a bit and thought, hey, maybe they're gonna give up here at some point, but that was not the case. We then saw them get on the 10 here, where speeds are going at 140 miles per hour at some point. You can see now they're back down to 70, 72. And flashing those headlights. We've noticed that. They've been flashing those headlights at some drivers, I'm sure telling them to get out the way. But most drivers are probably paying attention to the fact that that LAPD airship is hard at work right now following this vehicle. But as you mentioned, Susie, haven't seen any ground units just yet. So wondering when CHP will pick this up. Mike?
Yeah, no, just listen to that right now. They're coordinating that at the moment. LAPD helicopter is talking to CHP. CHP is trying to get in place now. So we're coming into CHP's West Los Angeles office. So those are the units that are starting to get in place. And I am listening to that radio traffic. I also just want to point out really quickly, he was driving on that shoulder. And that has been great news as far as getting them to stop lately, right? We've seen the last several pursuits. These guys drive on the shoulders, they hit something, and they essentially spike themselves. So hopefully that's a situation that we'll see here. But we are waiting for CHP to get into place right now. They're starting to move some of their units to get that as we approach the 405.
Well, this LAPD pursuit now almost into the city of Santa Monica as we continue on the 10 West. And we started this in the downtown area, actually started in the Westlake District area where they took off from the PD. And then on the freeway, off the freeway, it was off the freeway on surface streets for much of the pursuit until they got onto the 10 freeway, as we saw. And it was a wobbly, shaky entrance onto the freeway as they were going around other cars and onto the side shoulder trying to get on.
And you're seeing speeds increase at this point. We're now well into 120 as they're hitting a little bit of traffic here. The freeway got clear for a second, but you can see there's still plenty of people on the road here this Tuesday night at around 8 p.m. This car going 120 at times. They didn't have their headlights on. Sometimes they'll flicker those headlights, and it looks like, are they getting off, Des?
Yeah, getting off here at Sentinella right on the edge of West LA and Santa Monica. We'll see what the plan is going to be. If there's any rhyme or reason as we turn around here. And so we're down on Sentinella. And we'll see if they'll be blowing through any lights. Now, going to be going onto the freeway. Let's see. Got to keep the shot kind of wide because we've seen this a lot of times as well, where they'll go underneath the freeway and then they just won't come out. So we're keeping it kind of wide. He's right.
Damn, he can lose that helicopter.
And,
oh my God, he can lose that helicopter.
Don't think that is
he just turned around right there.
Okay, so he just turned back around.
Oh my God,
making a U-turn here. So very, very common maneuver. Let's see if they come back out. Yep, there we go. So just trying to kind of play hide and go seek from the airship right now. Still no ground units on this one. It's just got to be very frustrating for the for LAPD's helicopter overhead, but that tactical flight officer doing a really, really good job of calling all of this out to the ground units that are listening. But yeah, still not seeing anyone in place as far as LAPD or CHP. And, this just makes things very difficult. They're the idea to try to get this person to calm down, but
the hell y'all think this motherfucker should do?
We saw 140 miles an hour with no one even behind him. So you're just putting a lot of distance between this person and the authorities. If they were to get out and run, let's see, going into a parking lot right now, just underneath that arm, into a big parking lot right here, might be getting ready to ditch the car.
Yeah, this looks like an industrial area there, just driving through that parking lot. You can see the airship very much still on it, so they'll know if that person starts to take off. But
Yeah,
Des, you were right about that.
Oh, I think they're out. Are they out? Oh, no, it looks like the car door was open.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, 2 people in.
Now it's
2
happening.
people in and out and running. You see LAPD's helicopter there going. They had to stop and get something out that they wanted to grab a bag, whatever was in there. So they're out and running now around Donald Douglas Loop. So we're
Now, what are you going to do now, fools? You are not under no type of coverage. What are you going to do now, two dodos?
right by Santa Monica Airport.
Des, is the car
Let's see if we can get to the other side of this building.
to move?
Let's see.
And there's 2 helicopters. Stupidos.
No,
Okay.
It looks like they put the car in
There's
park.
another
Very
car.
courteous of them, so
There,
it's not going to bump into anyone else's car. But LAPD, believe they had them underneath the spotlight here. We're just trying to get into position, giving them some space. But again, no ground units or anything. So okay,
There
here
you
comes
go.
someone finally
The ground
getting in
unit.
here. We'll see if they're going to be able to put these 2 in handcuffs or what the deal is here. But they had a lot of room to get out and run. That's for sure.
Right side of the building, Des. They're on the back side of that building, right there. Yep. We just lost them again, but yeah, they're on the right side of the building, kind of in the back where the police ship is now. You know, I don't. The car looked like it was running fine, but that police helicopter did say that they crashed when they went under the freeway. They collided with another car under there. So I don't know if that's what spooked them enough to be able to give it up, but that happened, and we'll see. Yeah, but I think they're still on the back side of that building. There was an officer that was making contact with them over there.
Such a big concern too, Mike, because we saw them driving on surface streets earlier, driving so fast. So when they got off again off the freeway, I'm going, oh boy, they're picking up speeds and going 70 miles an hour. And as Mike said, when they were underneath the underpass, when we didn't have eyes on them for a minute because they're under the overpass, I should say, of the freeway. That's when they actually crashed into another car, as Mike Rogers was just reporting from the desk. And then perhaps that's what made them think, maybe we should give this up. And then they suddenly went into this parking lot and ran.
All right, there's one.
Does it look like one's in
Out of my
custody?
new-
Okay, one's already in custody, LAPD.
Stupid.
Okay, we're looking for a second suspect now.
And I think they might be getting the other one as well as we finally come around to the other side of this building here. I thought I heard him say they were making contact with the passenger. But that may have been the driver right there that they are now getting ready to. Let's just get a quick look while we can. Looks like, I mean, gosh,
really,
maybe even a teenager there. And, we've seen
you
way
tell
too much
from
of
the
that lately as
goddamn
well.
the fuck up.
Some of the most insane pursuits we're seeing with people that they barely even look like they're old enough to drive. So really, really crazy stuff. Not seeing you know what? They're asking to verify if they have a code 4, making it sound like they do have the 2 in custody here.
Okay.
We'll see if we can get the other under the light here. But boy, just really glad this one is over and that no one got killed with the way that they were driving that car. Just super wild.
Those speeds up to 140 miles per hour at some point on the 10. When they were going through downtown, we saw them almost hit people that were, I'm sure, on their nightly walk or headed to dinner, whatever it may be, through the downtown area. But still 7 days,
80 miles per hour on
Yeah.
surface streets.
Yeah.
It's insane speed.
So
It
at
looks
this
like
point,
it looks like this is coming to an end, though. The LAPD, we do believe they do have 2 suspects, although we are waiting to confirm the second one right now. But it ended up, as Leslie was saying, in this industrial complex shortly after they exited the freeway, off the 10 freeway off of Centinela. And that's when they jumped out of the car. And it looks like they will have 2 people in that car under arrest very soon.
and you wonder, what did they grab with them?
Yeah.
What did they take with them? It looked like they might have taken something when they jumped out of the car. We saw at least one person taken into custody. Something also that we noticed was the sunroof was open at that point. But they kind of just jetted out here. And even though those ground units were not right behind them on their tail, they're always nearby. They are always nearby.
That's right.
And take a look. You can see there's some onlookers there starting to get some video of the vehicle. But of course, that will be evidence for officers later, as they do believe that this is a stolen vehicle.
That's right. And those...
It does sound real quick, guys. They are still trying to verify whether or not they've got both in custody. So they're talking about they're asking somebody to verify they've got the driver. So it sounds like they may still be trying to kind of sort that out down there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There's also, you know, a 24-hour fitness right here, which, I mean, I'm not even sure if they realized that was like right there next to them. But, you know, we've seen so many of these pursuits end with suspects running into open, crowded businesses, you know, like that one. But they ended up running the other direction here in this big office park. We're right up against Santa Monica Airport to kind of give you some perspective on, I believe, the north side. So now we got an officer approaching the vehicle right here. I guess they maybe they haven't officially cleared this vehicle yet, but we only saw those two. And kind of weird that the sunroof's in kind of a weird position. It's like popped out, which it's not something I feel like you really ever see. So I'm not sure if something happened with that sunroof. And we're okay. We just heard from the airship overhead that they apparently do have everyone in custody. So they're just coming to clear the vehicle, and we should see 4 fingers for a code 4 all clear here shortly.
Desmond, Mike, thank you so much.
Man, that's fucked up, man. That shit crazy, man. Oh my fucking God, yo.